Chicago, the Windy City, my kind of town, Second City, the heart of America, and don't forget Chi-Town. With more than 30 nicknames and nearly 3 million residents, Chicago is famous for its remarkable architecture and world-class museums, alluring lakefront, public art, sensational theater, and cutting-edge comedy. Not to mention its planetariums, aquariums, and zoos fit for a king, and of course, its 7 professional sports teams that produce more than 20 world championships and arguably the greatest basketball player who ever lived, Michael Jordan. Beautiful beaches, deep dish pizza to die for, hot dogs that'll melt in your mouth, and more than 650 parks and gardens to practice your yoga. Wait, did I say yoga? Yes, yoga. That 6,000-year-old mind-body practice that anyone can do, anytime, anywhere.
All right, we got a pop quiz here. What has 8 lines, began operating on June 6, 1892, and reaches a top speed of 55 miles an hour? The Chicago L, elevated train system. Pretty cool, love it. You guys know it from Risky Business, right? Tom Cruise, Rebecca De Mornay had a great love scene on the train. At 102.8 miles, we are the 4th longest running rail system in the United States. We're the 3rd busiest behind New York City's and Washington Metro. And of course, we're the 2nd oldest behind New York City's elevated. Check it out, on an average weekday, 750,000 people ride the L. On a Saturday, 500,000. On Sunday, 400,000. Hey, with 50 million visitors to Chicago every year, why not ride the L? Been doing so since I moved here a year ago. Amazing way to get around the city. So here's how this works. Deck of cards here with our logo, YogaStyles of Rich and the Almost Famous. You gotta pick a card, any card over here. Nice wide. Right, once you pick that card, what you're gonna see is poses on the other side. Warrior 1 and 2, Exalted Warrior, Airplane Pose, Warrior 3, Extended Side Angle. We are gonna teach you one of these poses. Hey guys, I'm standing here with Richard. Just met him on the green subway line, the L in Chicago. He's a White Sox fan, but we're gonna teach him some yoga. Hey Richard, you ever practice yoga before? Never again. Well, this is about yoga, anyone, anytime, anywhere. So right on the platform, here's how it works. You're gonna pick a card, and on the back of that card, I'm gonna teach you a pose. So pick a card, any card. All right, what are we looking at? Downward facing dog. Downward facing dog. That's an easy one. We're gonna teach you that. Real straightforward, that's a staple pose. Let me show you first. I'm gonna put these down here. So downward facing dog, you're an upside down V. So what you do is spread your fingers really wide. You're gonna step back, feet are gonna be hip distance. And you're gonna take your heart through your legs, just like that. Downward facing dog, and then you can walk it forward, round it up to stand. All right, let's take a look. Come over here. Let's get you right here. Come into it. Let me see how you go. So you can come down. You can squat down and then walk it out. All right, come around. So here's what you do. Feet hip distance apart. Hip distance, right. Bring your hands back to here. Plant your palms. Root your palms like you're spread like Spider-Man. Yep, put the hand, shoulders. Now, imagine your hips go like that and take your heart through your legs like that. See how it's an upside down V? Well, we want to save that right there. Upside down V. Now here's the key. Hips go back. Hold your pose. Now here's how I'm going to demonstrate this here. Don't move your hands. So imagine your hips are going. See how that feels? Totally different. Good. That's your downward facing dog. Now bend your knees slightly and then walk your feet forward. Come up. And then always want to round up to protect your low back. So take it back. No, walk your feet here. Walk your hands back and then round it up like one vertebra at a time. I mean, you're a young guy, so you don't have any issues with your low back, right?
That's right.
My man. All right, thank you very much.
No
Richard
problem.
learning downward facing dog yoga.
Thank you.
Anytime, all right.
All right.
Thanks. Hey guys, another pop quiz. What is 3,300 feet long, situated on 50 acres? It's Chicago's #1 tourist attraction. It's also the top tourist destination in the entire Midwest, as well as the first location for the world's first Ferris wheel that rose 264 feet. And it also celebrated its 100th birthday on July 15, 2016. I got 2 words for you. Navy Pier. Here we are standing in front of Chicago's I guess, most exciting destination. Shops, restaurants, ice skating rinks, tall ships, you name it, you find it here. Come check it out. We're gonna go find somebody to teach yoga to. So hey guys, we got lucky. I went with my lasso and lassoed up Pat. Hey Pat, where are you visiting from? Or are you from here?
From here.
From Chicago?
Yep.
And how often do you come to Navy Pier?
This is my second time in 20 years.
No kidding. Why is that? Too busy? Too many tourists?
Too busy.
Too busy.
Yeah,
But
and there's a lot to do in Chicago. So.
A lot to do, but it's exciting, right? Pretty
Absolutely.
exciting stuff.
Love it.
Okay, so Pat, we're gonna teach you yoga. And I think Pat has never done yoga.
Never.
Ever.
So good luck.
Do you know what it is?
I have a vague.
Kind of?
Yeah.
Kind of. All right. Well, it's pretty good stuff for you. Maybe we can get you excited to where you're gonna start practicing. Here's how it works. I'm gonna fan out these cards, logo of the company. Hey, by the way, you wanna be famous?
Well, who doesn't?
Okay, there you go. You might be after this. I'm gonna fan these out. You're gonna pick a card, and then we're gonna teach you that pose.
All right.
There you go. Pick a card, any card.
All right.
Okay, what do we got? What do we got? Extended side angle. Good choice, because that's actually an easy pose to learn. So you're gonna think, in terms of your feet, you wanna think heel to archway. You're gonna watch me first, and then I'll demonstrate. Heel to archway. You can even turn this foot in a little bit, but imagine you're on a little tightrope. If your hips are tight, you can actually go wider, but you never wanna go to the inside of that rope.
Okay.
So just stepping it back, this knee will go left side, comes to a right angle. This is actually at a 45-degree angle. Yoga's all about angles, pretty cool stuff. 90, 45, 180. You're gonna take your elbow is resting. This creates a triangle. You don't wanna collapse that triangle, you wanna stay. So right angle, imagine there's a wall, collapse. Don't worry about the hand, you can go fist, whatever you like. Hand, hip, now think, your back is looking for a wall, and you're gonna reach up, looking up for those fingertips, and then to get a little fancy, you could reach forward. Now see, from my fingertips all the way down is another 45-degree angle. I'm extending that. So it's an extended side angle. And again, not collapsing, staying light, because eventually, Pat, after a couple years, you'll be able to lift up this arm and reach it out. Good. Coming back, hand to hip, you can straighten out into this. And then in yoga, we do a heel-toe thing together, but you can just step it together. All right, let's see you do it. So you'll step it out. You can inch it out a little bit, and this is something, go a little wider. Nice. Maybe a little wider. There you go.
There we go.
Bring this to a right angle.
That's
this
good.
knee. Boom, right there. Elbow to knee. Right, not collapsing that triangle. Now you imagine your back's looking for a wall as you reach that right arm up to the sky. Boom, and imagine you're hanging from the sky. Good, now here's the key. In the joint here, relax, turning it, reaching forward. Check it out, guys. 45-degree angle, extended side angle. See, it's pretty challenging pose, right? You're firing up those legs, feeling good.
Feeling great.
Hand to your hip. Hand to your hip. Straighten that leg to come up, slowly come up. Good, hands to your hips, heel toe it together.
I can do that.
All right. I got one question for you. You gonna pick up yoga, start doing yoga now?
Yes.
Hell no.
Yes, I am.
Hey, Pat, thank you very much, man. Have a great time at Navy Pier.
Thank you.
All right. What do you say? Someone never done yoga. Anyone, anytime, anywhere. Flashback 61 years to April 15, 1955. Ray Kroc opened the first McDonald's. So let me ask you a question. Do you think he would ever have imagined it would be as popular as it is today? Well, we're at probably the busiest McDonald's in the world, one of the most famous, with a museum inside where you'll find everything from pet rocks to early cell phones to 8-track tapes. Why don't we bring in Rhonda, hey, to celebrate Ray Kroc 61 years later. She's gonna teach us dancer's pose, not a Ranjasana. Left foot forward, hips forward. Good. Reaching back, turn the palm out, opens the heart. Nice, she's lifting the thigh. Excellent. Coming up high into this pose, not a Ranjasana, dancer's pose. There's a second version you see a lot, tipping forward. Nice, shifting your gaze, looking over your middle finger, your dristi. Dancer's pose, not a Ranjasana. Here we are standing at Northwestern University up in Evanston. It's a suburb just north of Chicago. In the city of Chicago, there's more than 80 colleges and universities. Northwestern's ranked number 12 of best colleges in the U.S., and it's also home to my alma mater, my business school, Kellogg School of Management. ranked #1 in the world. So we're gonna find ourselves some millennials and teach them yoga. So we found ourselves a student. I'm here with Elizabeth from Northwestern University. So what year are you, Elizabeth?
I'll be a senior this year.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
So what are your plans for when you graduate?
Oh, I have no idea.
Enter the real world?
Yeah, into the real world.
All right, so you did tell me, Elizabeth has already practiced yoga. Now, how long have you been practicing?
Maybe 3 years?
Maybe.
Yeah.
So you started when you were in college?
Yeah.
All right, did you take classes at the school or at a studio?
Yeah, a little bit at the gym and school.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're gonna teach me.
Okay.
All right,
I'll
so she's gonna pick a pose and she's gonna teach me. All right, so here's our deck of cards, yoga styles, and you pick one.
All right. Airplane.
Airplane pose, all right.
All right.
You ready to teach me airplane?
I think I know what this one is.
You think you know what this one is?
I think I know what this one is.
Okay.
On a balance?
No, we're not gonna bounce. We're gonna go feet hip distance apart,
All
right? You could start with your knees bent a little bit. So airplane is when your torso becomes parallel to the ground and you fly out the
Gotcha,
arms.
gotcha.
Right, all right, let's see.
All
Let's
right,
see
let's
your
see.
airplane.
We'll go for it.
Yeah, let's go
All right.
for it. Nice, coming into it. Good. Now flatten that back a little more, lowering the heart. Good. Now like you're an ironing board, lower a little deeper right there. So this is airplane pose. See how this is? Now look straight down. Like a steel rod going through her crown, through her spine. She's firing up those legs. Sink the butt a little lower. Awesome. Now see how that fires up the legs? Good. Now touch down to the ground. Coming out of this pose. Good, and then you'll round up the stand, right? One vertebra at a time, hands in prayer in front of your heart. Airplane pose, way to go,
Nice.
Elizabeth. Thank you so much. So, hey, students, check it out. Anyone can, for 3 years.
Yeah.
Way to go. You're gonna be doing this the rest of your life?
Probably.
Yoga's awesome, right?
Yeah.
Chicago's also a place where you can let your hair down and have an amazing night on the town. With more than 7,300 restaurants, we're gonna show you one of the highlights, Restaurant Row, Randolph Street in the West Loop neighborhood of Chicago. So why don't you come along and have some fun? We're gonna go eat and drink in the West Loop. So how lucky am I? A couple of beautiful ladies having dinner on Randolph Street. Grabbed them, we're gonna teach them a yoga pose. What is your name?
I'm Sam.
Sam
Mika.
and Mika. Check it out. Here's how it works. I'm gonna fan these cards out. On the one side is our logo, the other side is a pose. Sam, you're up.
Sam, lucky one.
You're gonna keep picking.
Eagle.
Eagle pose, and we're gonna do sleeping eagle. All right, ladies, do you know? Have you ever practiced yoga?
No.
Never?
Never.
Wow, you look like you're in good shape though. What do? Do you work out?
I play soccer.
Okay, all right. And how about you, Mika?
I've done yoga before.
Done yoga before a
Yeah.
couple times?
Yeah, I had to for therapy.
For therapy. I like that. All right, let me pass these cards. Okay, here's how eagle works. Right, I'm gonna teach you. We're gonna go left side. Well, let me demonstrate and then you can do
Okay.
it. So this is a balancing pose on one leg. Left side, you're gonna bend that knee. You're gonna take the right leg and cross it over, okay? And then so it's right over left, then it's right under left. And then what you're thinking is lifting the elbows up. See how my back is flat, looking straight forward? That is eagle pose. Sleeping eagle is when you tip it forward. Now this is all about yoga, anyone, anytime, anywhere. That's why we're in the middle of the street here. That's sleeping eagle, and you come up, same way, hands to your hips. All right, Sam, we'll start with eagle, see if we can
All
do
right.
sleeping. Left foot forward, bend your knee a little, get your balance, right over left, and then right under left. Under left. Now lean your back like you're leaning against the wall. Try to bring your hands together like this. Nice, good balance. Sleeping eagle, tipping forward. Go a little bit further. You got it. Now slowly come up. Good, hands to your hips. Awesome, way to go, Sam. Mika, you're up. Left foot forward, right over left. Try to cross your legs.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Sink your butt a little deeper. Get that balance, and it's right under left.
Okay.
And then lean back like your heart. Yeah, like lift your elbows up. Try elbows up and away.
Up, wow.
Try to go here with your hands like that. You got it. Something close like that. Sleeping eagle, tipping forward. You got your balance. Nice, nice. See how flat she is? Really good. Slowly come up and push the stand. Awesome. Eagle, sleeping eagle with Sam and Mika on Randolph Street in Restaurant Row in the West Loop. Way to go, ladies.
Thank you.
Awesome. Chicago's also known for its world-class comedy, the epicenter of comedy. Here we are at the Second City, right home to Tina Fey, Amy Poehler, the Belushi brothers, and oh, look who it is, my friend Kat Herskovic. Kat, what are you doing? Selling jokes?
I'm selling
Oh,
jokes.
you're selling jokes. What are you selling jokes for?
$1.
$1. Well, I'll tell you what, I can barter with you because, you know, I'm Sicilian, right? So, you know what they say about Sicilians?
What?
Half of us are goons and the other half are bookies. Which one do you think I am?
What?
I'll give you 3 to 5 odds.
All right, well, I'll tell you this, Rich. I'm trying really hard to turn over a new leaf, so I've decided no more whining or complaining or dwelling on things. But it's going to be really hard for me because I'm Jewish.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I'll tell you what. You know I'm a certified yoga teacher. I'm 100% Sicilian, straight male yoga teacher. You know what that makes me?
What?
An endangered species.
It's true. Well, I think that my red hair makes me look like the Little Mermaid's Jewish cousin. You know, the busty gefilte.
All right, what's up with the pugs, by the way? What do you got? You got a little
This
dog?
is my pug. This is Rumple Pugskin.
Rumple Pugskin. Rumple Pug. I wonder how he got that name.
Well, contrary to popular belief, she's actually named after the popular P-Funk song Rump of Steelskin.
All right, I'll tell you what. I want to teach you a yoga pose. Is that possible?
Okay,
Do you ever
sounds
practice
good.
yoga?
Sometimes, but it's hard with the pugs around.
Sometimes. Well, you could be doing like down dog with the
Yeah.
pugs.
Might get a little too familiar with it.
A little too familiar. Well, here's what we do, because this is pretty fun. I have a deck of cards here. You know, you got the show going on. We're gonna fan out these cards. You're gonna pick a card. I can hold the rumple for you.
Okay.
All right. You're gonna pick a card, and we're gonna teach you the pose on the other side of that card. All right.
Okay.
Pick a card.
Go on with this one.
Pat picks the top card, going for number 1. Chair pose. Okay. Have you ever you familiar with chair pose?
A little bit.
A little bit. All right, I'll tell you what. Why don't you show me your chair? I'll hold the little pooch here,
Okay.
and then show me your chair. All right. Feet are hip distance, squatting back. Lean back a little bit. Oh, okay. Interesting. Really good. I'll tell you, that's excellent. But let me show you something you can do up against the wall.
Okay.
It's one of my favorite ways to teach. Can I give you back Rumple? Right. 2 versions. You can go feet hip distance apart or feet together. Okay? So you choose. And then here's what you do. You go up against the wall. I like fingertips. Walk it out so that when you sit down against the wall, your knees come to right angles. Right? Right angles. Now, put that back really flat. You know your sacrum, the 5 fused vertebrae at the base of your spine? Push that into the wall. Flat back. Now, you can go, well, that's why he gets in the way. We can let you play. Good. You can go arms straight up. Now think trying to plant your palms on that wall behind. This is a good thing to do here. Or you can go palms straight out. Squeeze your knees together. How's that working for you?
It's working.
Yeah. You feel those thighs? Or you can go cactus arms. Try that. Lift your elbows a little bit. Boom. Feeling those thighs getting up. This is like a fat burning spark in your day. Now touch the wall with your fingertips. Sit your butt. And then you can sit up and go to round 2. Or you can round up to stand 1 vertebra at a time.
That was tough.
Getting your workout in.
I am.
Well, that's the key. So, hey, remember, anyone, anytime, anywhere, yoga, a little bit, 5 minutes, chair pose, do 3 or 4 sets, get a great little workout. Kat, it's great seeing you.
Good to see you, Rich.
Here we are in front of Wrigley Field, home to the Chicago Cubs. Built in 1914, the first game was played on April 20th, 1916 against the Cincinnati Reds. We beat them 7-6 in 11 innings. What's notable about Wrigley Field is its ivy-covered outfield wall, its red marquee, and it's the second oldest active ball club in America behind Fenway Park. Hey, there's movies filmed here. Remember Ferris Bueller's Day Off from 1986? And what about concerts? Amazing concerts. Bruce Springsteen, Foo Fighters, James Taylor, Dave Matthews Band, and Pearl Jam coming next month. Come visit Wrigley in Wrigleyville of Chicago and have an awesome time. We're over at the offices of Streetwise Magazine. It's a magazine designed to help the homeless, actually for the homeless, to sell on the streets of Chicago. Gives them the entrepreneurial spirit rather than begging for money. My friend Julie Youngquist is the executive director. We're going to try to get an interview with her because in the city of Chicago, there's more than 125,000 persons that are homeless. 5% of them are students. So let's go take a look, see if she's here. So I'm with Julie.
Hey, Rich!
Just tell us how it works, Streetwise.
So Streetwise is an opportunity for people to earn a living with dignity outside of panhandling. So what we do is produce a weekly magazine that is socially conscious, elevates topics of poverty and homelessness and affordable housing, and also fun stuff like Lollapalooza after parties and the Taste of Chicago. And we sell those magazines to the vendors for 90 cents. They in turn sell them for $2 or sometimes more, earning that profit so they can pay their bills, meet their basic needs, pay for apartments, clothing, everything they need. And it really is a dignified job. They're entrepreneurs, it's their startup, it's their hand up, and they're really proud to be part of this community.
I think it's amazing because these guys, you almost get to know them, right? They're like the corner guy with the paper,
Absolutely.
and it's informative.
Yeah,
I've read
absolutely.
The paper and the magazine, so they like it. And about how many vendors do you
have? We have about 150 at any given time who have chosen to do this instead of panhandling.
Can anyone choose to do it?
Anybody can do it. Anybody.
They can just come in and say, hey, I want to do this.
Yes.
I want to be entrepreneurial.
They just have to want to do it.
$1, $1.10. If they sell 100 magazines a day, they're making $100 a day.
Yeah, we have one of our vendors last month sold 1,100 magazines.
In 1 month?
In 1 month.
Wow, that's amazing.
It's incredible.
It's a hell of a lot better than being on the street.
Absolutely, and they get to stand tall with their chins up and proud of what they're doing, and they get a lot of support from the community for that. Rather than being just ghosts on the street that people just pass by because they're sitting there shaking a cup.
And how long have you been in business?
We've been in business almost 25 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, here's to 20 more.
Hey, here's to 20 more years. Congrats.
Thank
Everybody,
you.
Julie, great job. And
Thank you.
Thanks for helping out the city, of course, and thank you for being
Thanks
with
for
us
raising
today.
awareness.
It's awesome.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Right outside, we're gonna we're gonna go take a look because it looks like there's some homeless folks that you had said.
telling you, when you were here the other day, they just set
They
up.
kind of set up camp, so we're gonna go over there and see if we can teach
You know what?
some yoga.
Let me give you because it's so hot, I went and bought water. Let me give you a few waters to take over there.
And I brought a bag of
Yeah,
clothes too
Yeah,
to give
awesome.
to them. So I thought, let's give them some clothes and see if we can teach some yoga. It's a nice cold day. How about some water? Would you like some water? Ice cold water, Streetwise, some cold water. Nice hot day today. Compliments of Streetwise. People over here. We're giving out some water, some toiletries, some Streetwise. You want to be on camera?
Yes, I'd like
What
to
is your
be.
name?
My name is Rebecca.
Rebecca. Hi, Rebecca. You want to learn yoga? Can I teach you yoga?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. Well, let me teach you a little yoga because that's what we are doing. It's a show called YogaStyles of Rich and the Almost Famous. So I'm going to teach you temple pose, which is a nice pose. It's called goddess pose. So you're going to stand wide, right? Go hands in prayer, squat a little bit, and now you're going to sweep up like a dance. And then sweep down, right? Oh, look at the breathing. Sweep up, sweep down, a little deeper, and then try to lean back a little more. Yeah, lean back, nice. Have you ever done yoga before? Just stretches, huh? Good. And then now hold, good. Now lean back a little. Now think, arms out. This is called a hand mudra. It keeps the energy circular. Nice, bend your elbows. Go with a steeple grip. Right. And then prayer in front of your heart. Now think, elbow to knee, little side stretch here. Now see how we're firing up the legs? And then other side. Side stretch here. Nice. And then you could go and almost like a dance this way. Nice. Now see how we're really engaging the legs?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. You can be doing this every day. And then back to prayer. Hands to your hips. Push the stand and you can heel toe your feet in. And that's something you can do every day, anytime when you need a little spark in your day. Awesome. Do you want some water? It's a nice hot day. Let me give you some water here. Yeah, this is...
I was just on my bed doing stretches and people were laughing at me.
Hey, tell them you can do stretches and any type of yoga, but that right there, we're firing up the legs.
The legs, oh my gosh,
Feel-
it's really, just squatting is very hard.
Yeah, so how long have you been in this little area here?
Tent cities, I would say 4 months.
4 months?
In this area, probably
Well, Rebecca, thank you so much for coming out and giving a little yoga with us. The Chicago River is a system of rivers and canals that runs 156 miles, some of it through the center of the city. In 1887, the Illinois General Assembly decided to reverse the river, taking it from Lake Michigan all the way to the Mississippi. Beautiful sights, great views of the city. Check it out, Chicago River. Here we are on Michigan Avenue at the Tribune Tower at WGN Radio, the world's greatest news. What's notable about the radio station, in 1930, October 20th to be exact, the first soap opera aired on the radio called Painted Dreams. We're going to try to get somebody to do some yoga right in front of the station. Hey guys, we're in luck. I'm here with Elizabeth. Just stopped her on the street, ready to do some yoga. So, Elizabeth, have you ever practiced yoga before?
No.
Never?
No.
Okay, well, you're going to be in for a real treat.
Okay.
Here's how it works. You're going to pick a card, and then we're going to teach you that pose. And do you want to be famous?
Sure.
Sure, all right, maybe after this show. All right, let's
Yeah.
pick a card. All right, what are we looking at? Squat pose. Nice
Squat.
pose to do. No, that's an easy one.
Yeah.
Really easy. I'm going to demonstrate, and then we'll have you do it. Put
Okay.
these right off to the side. Here you go. All right.
Okay.
So for squat pose, it's also called malasana. That's the Sanskrit language of yoga.
Okay.
So what you're going to do is you're going to step your feet out, outwardly spiral, and you can start with hands on your. Just watch me first.
Yeah.
And then you're just going to come down here, hands in prayer, like your back's leaning against the wall. Think like you're opening your knees. And you're going to squat down. It's really good for a hip opener. It engages your thighs. It fires it up, gives you a 5-minute spark. And then there's your squat pose. And coming up, you can go hands on your hips, and you can actually go down almost like a ballerina. All right, let's give it a shot. Let's take a look.
So, like this?
Yeah, right like this. A little bit wider with your feet. Hey, imagine your back's against the wall. Now start to squat down like you're leaning back, opening your knees. So go hands to your knees. That's it. And then here, hands in prayer. Good.
Okay.
Look forward, right? You gotta be famous here. Sink a little deeper. Now lean back a little more like your back's against the wall.
Okay.
Excellent. Squat pose.
Uh-huh.
And then hands on your hips. Push to stand. Good. Let's try that again, and we're going to show you how to do it going even deeper. Because the deeper you go and the more relaxed you are, the more hip openers. So when you go deep, what you're thinking is, can you go deep?
Okay.
See how, and then lean back. Pull through your core like someone's going to kind of hit you
Yeah.
right there. Let's give it a try. Use those legs. Go deep, deep. Now lean back a little. Awesome. Really good.
Okay.
Spread your knees a little wider.
Like
there
that.
you go. Just like that. Squat pose, Malasana, Elizabeth on Michigan Avenue. Hey guys, check it out. Another awesome landmark on the Registry of Historic Places, the Water Tower of Chicago. Built in 1869, it survived the Great Chicago Fire of 1871. That fire wiped out an area 4 miles by 1 mile. It's one of the only remaining buildings, the only public building to remain after the fire, which led to the greatest building boom in the history of the nation. In tribute to the tower and the strength of the city, I'm going to demonstrate a real powerful pose called Uttita Hastapadagastasana, standing hand to foot pose. Let's give it a shot. Great way to learn this pose is to practice on your back. So imagine you're laying down, right? Flat back, reaching the crown, foot forward, going left side first. I like to always balance with a bent knee to get started, push into it to stand. So you're on your back or standing, hug your knee in. Boom. Then you're going for the ball of the foot. Boom. Then you're going to kick that foot out. Switching to the big toe. Uttita Hastapadagastasana. You can go hand to your hip. Then you're going out with this. So imagine laying on your back. Then you're going to open this up. No worries if you can't get that leg straight, but think. Pushing through, balancing. Pose of strength, stability, balance. Really great. Coming back, same way you came in. Coming out, and always switch it up. Try the other side. Remember, you have two halves of your body. Rarely are they the same. Switch it up, do the other side, and have fun. Chicago hot dogs, right? Well, I just stopped Taylor going in to get lunch. We just had lunch. Taylor said she's going to learn yoga. Have you ever practiced yoga before?
Not for a long
Not for a long
while.
time. What was that, when you were about 3?
Yeah.
Come on. All right, so you're going to pick a card, and on one side, you'll see the name of the show, YogaStyles of Rich and the Almost Famous.
Okay.
And on the other is going to be a pose. So pick a card, any card. No, not that one. Yeah, go ahead. You got it. triangle pose, one of my favorite poses. So here we go. We're going to teach you triangle pose.
Okay.
Triangle pose is also called Trikonasana. That's the language of Sanskrit, 6,000-year-old language. So let me demonstrate for you first. Let me pass these cards off. So here we go. Let me show you first. You can just stand right there. So with triangle pose, you want to think heel to archway, a little bit of an angle, but you can actually be right angles or 45 degrees, right? Your legs are forming a triangle. Okay, wait, I'm gonna show you first,
Okay.
and then you'll come into it. And then what you'll do is you want to think Elvis pelvis. The pelvis goes back, right? And then arms are gonna be up like you're reaching for a cupboard.
Okay.
And then you'll tip into it, take the back of the hand into the shin, and then you could look down to the side or you could look up. I prefer you look up. And then coming back, you can go left hand to hip, bend your knees to come back, or you can come into what's called a warrior two, and then hands to hips.
Okay.
All right, let's give it a shot.
All right.
Taylor, right here, right, set it up, heel to archway, step it out. A little bit wider, maybe to about there, maybe a little wider, there you go. So here we go, hands to your hips. Remember Elvis pelvis, pelvis goes back, right, arms go up, reaching for a cupboard like you're on Lake Michigan, and then tipping into the pose, pressing. Oh, nice. And then now spread your fingers. You want to shoot energy up to the sky. Now feel the energy going up, not down. Nice. Here we go. Voila. Hold that pose. Trikonasana, triangle pose with Taylor from the U.S. Postal Service. Now tip back, coming out of it. Nice.
Oh.
You come out however you like.
Okay.
Good. And then bend that knee, hands to your hips. Yeah. Awesome. Way to go, Taylor.
Thank you.
All right. Enjoy your
It
hot
was fun.
dog.
Thank you.
Thank you. There you go. Taylor rocking it out in Trikonasana. Hey guys, hanging out in the Lincoln Square neighborhood of Chicago. I'm going to demonstrate for you a side crow pose. The right hand's going to be about 6 inches in front of the left. That's how I like to teach it. Left elbow into the right knee. Good. Bakasana is, Parsva Bakasana is the Sanskrit for this. You want to clear away some dirt. You want to work on your arm balancing. So you're going to set this up. The key here is the knee and the hips stay on a parallel plane to the ground. Good. You want to stack your knees right here, tipping up. And see how I'm keeping, and you can touch down, tipping up. Again, lifting. See how nothing is balancing on the right elbow, and you can come down. Then we're going to split the legs here. You can lift up. This is called, you could split the legs one way or the other, but it's nice to keep them stacked. Great strength pose, core. It's going to work your arms, especially the back, shoulders. Great pose. Check it out, Lincoln Square. Chicago is also known as the movable bridge capital of the world. There's more than 40 movable bridges in the city, 20 of them in the downtown area alone. Here we are on the Cortland Street Bridge, the first drawbridge in America. What can you do on a movable bridge? You could stretch it out and you could do some modified poses. Let me show you. You could step up right here, a little bit of stretching going on, and you can turn this into a reverse warrior. Virabhadrasana is the Sanskrit. You're just reaching back, softening through the left side, a little bit of a side body stretch. Turning this into a modified triangle pose, forward bend stretch. So just stretching, turning that back foot out at a little bit of an angle helps. No worries if you're not too flexible, because yoga makes you flexible. Think nose to knee, and then you can sink a little deeper in this, turning it into a hip stretch. Right here, kind of leaning on the inside here, or this is a modified lizard pose. We're gonna throw the regular names at you, not use Sanskrit too much. Sanskrit is the ancient language of yoga. But here we go. And again, you could switch it up. Again, you can look at this as a warrior one pose, turning it into a reverse warrior. Nice side body stretch here, back to your triangle stretch. There you go, Cortland Street Bridge. So what do you do if you come to Chicago and you want to get your cardio in? You come to the 606. What's the 606? It's called the Bloomingdale Trail. 2.7 miles. It used to be a railroad track, the Bloomingdale line, that ran east-west, connecting 3 neighborhoods of Chicago. They nicknamed it the 606 to connect the diverse neighborhoods of Chicago because the zip code in Chicago is starting with 606. So here we are. Get your workout in. Let's find someone, teach them a little bit of yoga. Hey, man. What's your name?
Raul.
Raul, Rich. How you doing?
Nice to meet you,
Hey,
Rich.
we're filming a little reality show here. I was wondering if I could teach you a yoga pose.
Sounds great.
You ever practiced before?
A couple times.
Couple times, two, three. In the past?
Yes,
You
in the past.
used to?
Yes, I used to.
All right. So here's what we're going to do. We have a deck of cards here. That's
Okay.
the name of the show, YogaStyles of Rich and the Almost Famous. Are you famous?
I'm not.
You look
I wish
like you could be
I
famous.
wish I was.
Man, with that beard, glasses, let me tell you. So you're going to pick a card. I'm going to teach you on the reverse side. There's the name of a pose, and I'm going to teach you that pose. All right. So pick a card.
Let's go.
He's going for the bottom card. Wild Thing Rockstar Pose. Do you know what that pose is?
I don't know.
So check it out. Wild Thing Rockstar Pose. There's a couple different ways to come into that. Are you familiar with Downward Facing Dog?
For sure, yeah.
Okay, that's a staple pose. We're going to come into it from Downward Facing Dog. As you know, it's an upside down V, staple pose in yoga. Spread your fingers really wide. Take your heart through your legs, relaxing your shoulders. Going to the right side, Rockstar, you're lifting right leg high to the sky, flipping your dog, rolling over nice and slow, lifting your hips. Then you're reaching for the front wall, maybe looking back. And now be very careful coming out of this pose, protecting the low back, sweeping it, almost coming back through Downward Facing Dog, and maybe walking it. I like to round up the stand one vertebra at a time. Awesome. Rockstar pose. Let's see Raul do it.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Let's check him out in the Downward Facing Dog here. Now let's inhale that right leg high to the sky. Bend the knee. You're going to flip the dog, pivot that left foot. Nice. You're going to lift your hips right here, reaching back, Rockstar pose. Awesome. Here we go. Coming back. Take your time. Re-pivoting, using some strength core, touching down. Excellent. Bend your knees, walking feet to hands. Round it up to stand, one vertebra at a time. And you are a rock star. Raul, thank you very much.
Thanks, Rich.
Hey,
Appreciate
good luck.
it.
Hey guys, there's more than 24 public beaches across 26 miles of waterfront here in Chicago. And we're standing on Ohio Street Beach, which is in the Streeterville neighborhood of Chicago. It's a little crown jewel in the middle of the city. Been able to get a couple of ladies to do some yoga with us. I'm gonna demonstrate a quick sequence, but first, let me introduce. You guys remember Lauren? This is Jordan, Danielle, Kylie, and you remember Rhonda. So, ladies, let me demonstrate what we're gonna do first. So we're gonna start in a Warrior One pose. Ladies, you're thinking knees at a right angle, the back legs at a 45-degree angle, hips forward like headlights, arms up. Go to Warrior Two. Boom. Reverse Warrior, taking it to reverse triangle, straightening the front leg, relaxing through the right side here. Coming into triangle, hips go back, reaching, triangle to Warrior Two, hands to hips, pivot that back foot, bringing it forward, and we'll reset on the other side. Pretty simple, but a great little sequence you could do anywhere on the beach or anytime. All right, let's come into Warrior One. Stepping back, nice. Okay, Warrior One pose. Excellent. So Danielle, almost think like you're holding a globe, relaxing your shoulders. Nice. Warrior Two, opening up, and you're looking over your middle finger here. Reverse Warrior, tip it up. Nice. Reverse triangle, straightening that leg, reaching back. Triangle pose. Bringing it forward. Nice, really good. Good. Warrior Two. Tip into it, hands to your hips. Pivot around, bring that foot together. Step the other foot back. Same thing. Warrior One. Everything we do on one side, we do on the other. Warrior Two. Reverse Warrior, right up there, Danielle. Reverse triangle, straightening that leg. Triangle pose. Nice. Nice. Warrior Two. Hands to your hips. Pivot around to face forward. Bringing it forward and relax. Way to go. Remember, you can do this anywhere. A little fire up. Thank you, ladies.
Yoga is something anyone can do in addition to their regular workouts, not instead of. So if you're into running, spinning, swimming, CrossFit, weightlifting, whatever, yoga is complementary. And if you're someone who has neck and back issues like I do, or knee and wrist issues like I do, yoga is for you. And I'm not talking about doing it in a church-like room with smells of patchouli oil and sounds of monks chanting. No, I'm talking about doing it in your bedroom, or your basement, or better yet, at Buckingham Fountain, or any other landmark you see when visiting an amazing town like Chicago. Because practicing one yoga pose for a measly 5 minutes can fire up your body, clear your mind, and put a fat-burning spark in your day. Peace.
Here we are in the Pilsen neighborhood of Chicago at the abandoned Damon Silos, bringing you an amazing yoga class. Hey, say hello to our cast, these beautiful yoginis. Laura, Lauren, Vika, Amy, Rhonda, and Monica. And I want to give a special thank you shout out to prAna for providing us the attire for today. prAna, versatile, stylish, and sustainable clothing you could wear in every activity, every adventure, every yoga class, and every day. We're gonna do some fun stuff today. Maybe not something in your practice, but no worries. Here we go. Inhale up. Swan dive forward. Inhale, flat back. Let's walk it back on this first one. High plank, let's hold in high plank. High plank, eyes of the elbows roll forward. Push out through your heels, engage your core. Inhale up. Back, downward facing dog, left side, inhale, left leg up. Warrior one. Pivot, sweep up. Boom, settling in. Relaxing, hips are forward like headlights. Facing forward. Warrior two. Chin forward, relax your shoulders. Smile. Reverse. And windmill all the way through. One-legged chaturanga here. It's when you keep that leg raised, touching down right before you're turning up, up dog. Back, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Shavasana. Right side, warrior one. Inhale. Right leg up, warrior one. Everyone has a different expression in this practice. Warrior two. So it's however you like it. When you raise that leg, maybe bringing knee to nose, you'll notice we have a different expression, all of us. Reverse to reverse triangle, straightening the front leg. Really reaching back, side body stretch to triangle pose. Hips forward, triangle, one of my favorite poses here. Like you're reaching up for the sky. Warrior two, tipping back, reverse, and windmill all the way through. One-legged chaturanga here. Leg stays lifted, lower through, inhaling up. Downward facing dog. On the inhale, bend your knees, look up. Exhale, hop it to the forward. Inhale, flat. Exhale, fold, coming up. Hands in prayer in front of your heart. Good, we're gonna take it through prayer on this one. Now, inhale up, dive it forward. Inhale, flat back, shoot it back. Plank, chaturanga, lowering through. Inhale, up dog, cobra. Back, downward facing dog. Bend your knees slightly, walking it forward. And never be afraid to walk it forward. You see a lot of people jumping. Inhale, flat back. Uttanasana behind your legs. So think, can we sink in the butt a little bit deeper here. Squeezing your knees together to airplane pose. Flying out. A high airplane pose is when you're staying high. But remember this one, steel rod going through your crown, through your spine. Now start to lower like your back is an ironing board, flattening down to the sky. Slowly clasp behind your back, forward bend. Doesn't matter how tight you squeeze the palms, but think, if your hamstrings are tight, do not worry about straightening the legs. Releasing the high chair pose, you're sweeping that one up. To eagle on the other side. Everything we do on one side, we do on the other. Right over left, and then it's right under left. Eagle. Coming into sleeping eagle, tipping it forward. I like to balance the elbows against the knees. Nice challenging pose to warrior three. Take your time shooting back. I like to look forward in this pose. Think arching the back a little bit to standing split. Some of us, or maybe all of us, can balance without touching the ground. Doesn't really matter, but if you do, we all have different versions. See how I bring the elbows in, dropping the crown? Good, stepping back to high lunge, taking it through. almost like a warrior 3, to a high lunge, bending that back knee. This is a great pose just to work on for your thigh, right? Sinking through the warrior 2. Nice. Inhale, reverse, and windmill all the way through. Plank, one-legged chaturanga, taking it through. Inhaling up, back, downward facing dog. Left side, warrior 1. Inhale, left leg up, warrior 1. Getting a little more creative here. Warrior 2. Reverse, reverse triangle, triangle pose. Good. Laura. Good. Lauren. Nice. Amy. Good. Vika. And Monica. Check it out. Nice. Coming down, Monica. Vika. Amy. Lauren. Laura. Monica. Wow. Come on, ladies. Come on in. Big group up here.